P.A.RODY here in Iceland. We are just outside of Reykjavik, the capital city of Iceland. 111,000 people live there, and we're in one of the suburbs right here at a view overlooking this magical country of Iceland. As you can see, it's somewhat windy today. So this is summertime in Iceland. You've got to come join me right here. And they don't have any oil or other resources. Water is their big resource. The thermal water. It's going to make me rich. I'm taking over all the water sources, all the glaciers and geysers. I'm going to take over all of them and make billions of dollars here in Iceland, because water is the future. Water power. So that's why I'm here in Iceland, to increase the power of the P.A.RODY Empire. So as you can see, Reykjavik stretches behind me. The apartment tower in the distance. This is being blown by the wind. That's right. So it's a little shaky. It's not an earthquake or a volcano, it's just the wind. So enjoy Reykjavik. Still very windy here in Iceland. And that's the church behind me that we saw from the viewpoint.
Somebody get me out of this horrible windstorm! It blew my hair off, it blew my clothing off, I'm standing here naked. For God's sake, help me! Somebody, please! God Almighty!
P.A.RODY here in Iceland. We are outside of Reykjavik by about 1 hour. There's this huge lake over here. It's 39 square miles big. And you've got the open fields back here with sheep wandering around aimlessly. And that inspires me, because I like people to be like sheep, so I can put them all in my factories and exploit them. That's what I'm planning on doing with the Icelandic people. That's going to be my big master plan, because if they have a lot of sheep, they might be like sheep, and they'll be willing to work for low wages. I'm going to suck the whole lake dry because of the new hydro plant here that I'm going to use. There won't be a lot left of Iceland once I'm finished with it. So I'm going to show you how it looks now before the Empire came and destroyed all of it. Now the weather is much nicer today. Take a look around. I'm not being blown down by hurricane force winds. So when you... Oh, now she's just faking it. My camera woman is just giving you special effects. But in reality, it's actually pretty nice right now. Probably about 58 degrees, sunshine. So that's my update here in Iceland. Here we are in the volcanic crater. Now, most of Iceland was formed by glaciers several hundred thousand years ago, and this area is much newer. This section, it was created only 9,000 years ago by volcanic activity. There's all a huge crater right here. So this is the new section of Iceland, thanks to Mother Nature and geology.
And now, get ready for yet another special commentary by your host, P.A.RODY.
So here we are, where Iceland is divided between the American tectonic plate and the Eurasian tectonic plate. Very section is pulling at Iceland and causing it to increase in size because the tectonic plates are battling it out, just like the Russians and the Americans used to do. And who knows which plate will win, but I got my money on the American plate, the red, white, and blue. God-fearing America, we're gonna beat that Eurasian plate. I say the American plate will kick ass all over Iceland, but right here at the moment they're kind of even-handed. So that's the geological history there, the two plates, and the 9,000-year-old volcanic activity, all very fascinating. Consult your geology teacher for more facts about Iceland and the crater.
These are Icelandic horses with the long bangs. I like to call them hippie horses. They look like they belong to the 1960s with that long hair. And look, now they're going to feed this horse some acid tabs. They need the LSD to keep him happy.
Otherwise, you're on your own, more or less, folks, back by the coach, on the lower level, not here, on the lower level, 2 o'clock.
And this is called Golden Foss. That means Golden Falls. But let me tell you folks, once I open up my slaughterhouses just upriver from here, they're going to have to change the name to Blood Red Falls. Oh yeah, my slaughterhouses are going to do a hell of a great job of messing this area up big time. So if you want to see the water in its pure form, make sure you come here now before my slaughterhouses open up. And now we're in the Geyser National Park. And it just so happens that the biggest geyser here is called Geyser. That is the geyser from which all the other geysers got their names. So Iceland is the location that started off this whole geyser craze. And now you're going to see the biggest geyser explode with fury. Look at that. Oh my lord, those people got burned to a crisp up at the front line. I'm safe back here in my Pope-mobile, fully protected from all... Oh look, little geyser. Little tiny geyser. Be sure to have your children play in it. And now for some bucolic footage of the Icelandic countryside. Just for you.
P.A.RODY here at an ancient Icelandic village. This is considered an outdoor museum where all the old buildings are brought to life as if you're stepping back in time hundreds of years. So this is exactly how the ancient villages looked here on the south coast of Iceland, which borders the North Atlantic Ocean. And the ocean is just about half a mile that way. And these are the mountains of Iceland rising behind me. You can see how lush and green it is. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? I'll be building some Rody Mart convenience stores to cater to the tourists. It might ruin the historic flavor of the spot, but money comes first. Money before history.
Iceland is the same size as the state of Kentucky, but Iceland is a bit more dramatic, wouldn't you say? And now for some more P.A.RODY.
You can see the black sand beaches behind me meeting the North Atlantic. That black sand is pretty fascinating, thanks to all the volcanic activity. And there you have the mountains rising right behind that. So I hope you enjoy this stunning view of the south coast of Iceland.
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
There are the puffins right beneath me. An entire colony of puffins.
Them is some tasty birds. And now we leave the green part of Iceland and we go to the icy part of Iceland as we approach Iceland's 4th largest glacier. And now you're going to have P.A.RODY describe some very special features of this glacier to you, the folks back home.
P.A.RODY here at the 4th largest glacier in Iceland. This glacier used to be 300 feet longer. Apparently, over the last year, it has receded 300 feet due to global warming.
Or as Republicans call it, climate change.
Well, I'd just like to say, I think the world should be thanking me and my factories for causing global warming.
There has been no direct evidence that mankind has caused global warming or climate change. This message has been brought to you by the Republican National Convention.
Because if these glaciers were expanding, they'd be tearing down houses. There'd be no stopping them. Entire cities would be destroyed because of these glaciers expanding. But thanks to me and my factories polluting all over the world, global warming is a fact. And these evil, rotten glaciers that hate mankind so much, they're receding in fear. So I expect a hearty thank you the next time I see you on the street for being responsible for all these shrinking glaciers all over the world, especially here in Iceland.
The people who settled here in Iceland named it Iceland on purpose to deceive all the other people out there so they would not come and crowd their beautiful, bucolic, lush green island. And so they named it Iceland to keep the folks away. But now they want you to come to Iceland. They want the tourist dollars, so come on over. Bye-bye, everybody.